Hey Nick, what's up? My name's Josh. I talked to you on the phone earlier. Um, you were having some trouble with your website. I was able to get the information from John at Acumen Studios, and we got into the site, and it was rough. All the content was gone. I mean, there was no content. I tried to click on individual pages, nothing there. I'm thinking maybe your site may have gotten hacked, but thankfully I was able to get information regarding logins to your domain provider, and they do backups of your site. And so I went back to the last, good, deployment, I guess, or good backup, right? And I pulled that in, and then I started updating it and bringing it up to speed so that it's no longer going to crash. Now, I shouldn't say it's no longer going to crash. There are a bunch of security issues on your website, big ones. First of all, the login isn't secured with two-factor authentication. The backend's not hidden. There's just a lot of things that need to be done to really kind of secure your website so that it doesn't get hacked again or, destroyed. I don't know what your site looked like over the past week or so as far as what it should look like, but based on backups, that were within this month, right? This is what your site looked like, as far as I can tell. I was able to kind of build it, put it back together, and so now you, like I said, I don't know if this is necessarily the site that you were expecting to have back, but it's working now at least. You have a functioning site. What I do is I do marketing and web design for businesses here in Belleville primarily. Some in the area too. And Metro East SEO is my business name, and so Acumen's a much larger company than me, and we can discuss that company offline. But I wanted to kind of go through some things with your website. The front end of it. It's not. I've got a tool that I use to figure out the health of a website and how it's doing, what could be done to change it to improve its ranking capability so that people can find you. So if we go to Uncle Nick's Deli on my tool that I've got, you've got approximately 3 people coming to your website a month. This is unique traffic. You're only ranking for one keyword, which is, I believe, just your name, Uncle Nick's Deli. And you're only position 4 for that, but maybe there's a lot of Uncle Nick's Delis out there across the country. But either way, you're not ranking for any other keywords, it's just your site health out of 100, right? If 100% is the best, you got a 1.8. So your site doesn't bring a lot. Now, Copper Fire, you've heard of them, right? If I go to their website here, they're just like a local, restaurant, right? You don't necessarily compete with them in the sense that you're a sandwich shop, right? You're a place to get food quickly, This is like a sit-down place. But just to kind of give you an idea of them, their website only is at 10%, right? But they've got a lot more referring domains and backlinks, and they're ranking for more content. And they get about 217 people to their website per month. So what I do is I try to take traffic and push it your way, right, so that people can find you. I don't know if Acumen did this for you or if they put together a video like this or gave you some information on what you're doing right now, but that's just part of my business model is to try to figure out where you want to go with your business, who you want to target, food delivery. Maybe food delivery is something that you want to get into. There's a high search volume for people looking for food delivery in the area, right? So, you can target people like that. You can target people looking for places to eat in Belleville, Illinois, right? If you wanted, it just kind of depends. Some keywords are harder to rank for. They cost more to rank for. And I charge generally to rank sites for specific keywords, and then we kind of scale up from there. If you're, you're in a position right now where you're not able to afford search engine optimization, then I get it. I understand. You keep me in mind for future use. But at the very least, like part of my search engine optimization plans that I put together for people, it adds content to your website to be able to help it to rank. I pay to have content developers develop content for me so that it'll rank. And then B, I help every month improve your backlink profile, your referring domains, and to grow this traffic here, right? It's a monthly thing that I charge, right? It's a monthly service that I provide to maintain it, right? And so along with maintaining your search engine optimization, I also maintain the website as far as like it's making sure that it's functioning, right? If you're needing to add content to it though, or if you're needing to make any major changes to it, that usually is something separate, right? My job is to just, keep it as it exists today. If you want to make, modifications, add sandwiches to it, add pages to it, those sort of things cost so that I can get developers in and to make changes to your website, right? A lot of what I do is primarily just, helping to pull in traffic to your site, bring customers to you, and so they can find you. And it's buyer intent stuff that I'm looking to be able to rank. So I don't know where you want to go with this. I'd love to be able to talk more with you about it. Maybe kind of have a deep dive conversation and kind of go with what will work best with you, right? Acumen did mention that they're pretty pricey. We can talk like I usually don't give out prices until I determine what it is that you want to do, where you want to go with it. Do you want to focus on food delivery, right? Because that is going to cost to be able to rank for that. Do you want to focus on like ranking for restaurants? It just kind of depends, right? I have to put together a lot of research for us to go over and determine whether or not it's going to be a good fit for you, and what you can afford. Maybe you can only afford a percentage of what I put together in a proposal, right? I get it, but at the very least, it's going to be useful to have somebody making sure that your site doesn't just completely implode on itself, right? I'm not familiar with a lot of these plugins that they've installed on your site. I mainly just got it back to a stable state. As far as like making updates to your your WooCommerce site thing, right? I might have to bring in experts, from the people that I work with, and they cost money. I do a lot of just mainly marketing type work and bringing in people, and so we would have to look at that, right? I'm willing to bet that I'm going to be cheaper than Acumen, just based on kind of the conversation that I had with John from there. So just give me a call. We can talk about it.